Season's greetings, cheers to everybody out there. We're talking about the holiday season. So it's Monday night. It's 8 o'clock. You know what time it is. Time to start your week off right. Right here on Play for Keeps the show. Right here on Nerd Initiative. My name's Off the Cuff Tom, Nerd Initiative's pop culture connoisseur. And you know what? I'm really feeling a reason for this season. But you know what? It's a great week. I hope you all had a fantastic week, and thank you for joining us on here because we are finally talking about some toys. We're talking holiday themed toys, but as always, first we got to talk about what did we pick up this week. And I got some big important toy news, in fact, to go along with this. So you know what? We're gonna combine them together because let's just start off with a little bit of. Now, usually when I talk about toy news, it's stuff that's topical and everything, and I've got that all set up. But in my pickups this week, I was at the Walmart, and if you take a look, I do have some of the Gundams over here, and we have done a few reviews on nerdnish.com. Gundam Universe has now rebranded their boxes. So I've been out looking like crazy for their white Gundam Wing Zero box, but they are now out in this blue box. And if you hadn't gotten the first run of them, trust me, if you try and buy them on resale from any other buyer, it's through the roof. So I was fortunate enough to pick this up at my local Walmart. This is the Gundam Universe line. These are all pre-assembled figures. Absolutely love them. Great detail. I mean, could they use like a black wash or something? Yeah, I guess. But the fact that I was able to get this at its retail price as opposed to the double or triple that I have seen, yeah, big, huge fan. Daniel, just to answer your question there, that if you haven't seen it at your Walmart, go back to where like the anime section is or the collectibles in the electronics section. That's typically where I find these. Big fan, always big one. Now, speaking of actual toy news, as I've already started off with my cocoa. Yeah, not enough marshmallows. Good marshmallows. Let's talk about what we've got going on. So, big news this week. Like, so big, it cost you over $1,000. That's right. RoboSen has put out a brand new pre-order for Soundwave, joining the, Optimus, Bumblebee, Megatron, and Grimlock. Now we finally have Soundwave. Not only that, this Soundwave figure fully transforms, voice active, does have a few cinematic scenes, as they like to call it. He is a working Bluetooth speaker. At $1,000, if you got that nerd money, go for it. Yes, RoboSen is still around. I'm really impressed with this figure, and I've seen it transform because I also got to give them some credit. They've done really well as far as their marketing is concerned with making sure that there's no leaks or anything, because once this hit, the news hit this past week, it spread like wildfire. But not only that, a lot of the influencers, a lot of the toy, folks got it, boom, and it all hit on the same exact day. So I have to give them credit for that, as no leaks, no nothing. Up next, from Boss Fight Studios, all right, and for any of you 80s kids, this is going to be a very retro episode, by the way. We're talking Fraggle Rock, dance your cares away. But Fraggle Rock from Boss Fight Studios now has a new wave. These are going to be their basic line. So if you take a look at the ones that are closest to me over here, you got Wimbley Red, Gobo, and Boober, all from their original designs from the original run. Not talking about the Back at the Rock that you see on HBO Max or Apple, whichever one it is. These are basic figures. Now, Boss Fight is up to their third wave of figures. That's why I have Moki over on the other side. These basic figures are going to cost you $20 each, and the Moki figure is going to cost you $40. Reason being, they have a basic line, which they just came out with these four, but not Moki. And I think the reason why is because she's a taller figure. I believe she comes with a soft goods cloak, so you really can't get something for $20 on that. So I will give them a pass on that. But that's what you call a loss leader, folks. If people want it, people will buy it. I would say this is one of those prime examples when you should have a two-pack. Put the Wimbley and Moki together. Don't put Red and Moki together. Put Wimbley and Red, because everybody's going to want Wimbley anyway, because How many Fraggles do you know wear Hawaiian shirts? Exactly. So yeah, you can find these all online at the various retailers. And then up next, speaking of which, Tamashii Nations has just had a big, huge blowout showing all their upcoming figures. We've got Naruto, we've got Metroid Prime 4, Samus, we've got a bunch of Dragon Ball, Gundam again. I mean, go ahead, take a look. Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, wherever you like to get your product from. The Amazon, if you want to give your money to Big Daddy Bezos, whatever. I'm a big, huge fan of Tamashii Nations. As a matter of fact, these Gundams are part of the Tamashii Nations branding. I've got a bunch of Tamashii Nations figure arts. Anything that comes from Bandai always comes with a great, great level of quality that you cannot miss. So that's everything we've got going on for toy news. Now, let's talk about what brings us in here tonight. We are talking about Christmas toys or Christmas collectibles. I went away. Christmas collectibles based on holiday movies. Now, folks, there's going to be a huge, huge amount of crossover for this because, you know, there's only so many great holiday movies. And you can go check out our fantastic article on nerdinitiative.com where the whole team wanted to, you know, let everybody know what their Christmas movie favorites are. Personally, mine's Love Actually. But let's talk about some of these. And we're going to do this. I figured I wasn't going to do it by movie. I did it by brand, by company, by who makes what. So let's go. And we're going to start off right at NECA. I really got to get these things set up straight. So talking about NECA, I'm a huge fan of NECA figures. I've really recently started collecting more of them. This past year, I was fortunate enough to get the Universal Monster Turtles. And so what do we got here from NECA? Well, we're going to start off with Home Alone. They have done the figures. They've done the Wet Bandits, and they have done Kevin McAllister. I'm okay with these. I don't think that both characters, both the Wet Bandits, should have came with the bags. I think it would have been better if they would have came with more accessories like Kevin used, like knowing that it's NECA, like to do the micro machines. Yeah, we're running on copyright territory, but at the same time, they're already small enough figures. Do you want even tinier figures? Prime example, I've got like the Lola figure from Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and it's the tiniest droid I have. Even my mouse droid is like 1,000 times bigger. So could we have incorporated a few other things? Like, you know, the one figure has the big, huge iron print on his face. So why not put the iron in there? There's just a little few things. But again, NECA tries to keep everything at a reasonable price. So I can't knock them for this. But I think they could have done better. Now, let's say if Super 7 would have stepped up and done this, they would have had everything and anything under the sun thrown in. Up next, after Home Alone, we got to talk about The Christmas Story. Now, you'll see I've got two different Ralphie figures here. That's because NECA has done like their standard bubble pack, you know, on an old card, on an old card back. So that's the one that comes with the bar of soap and the official Red Ryder BB gun. The other two figures that are facing off screen, those are the full NECA figures. They come with complete, full, soft goods. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I love when you get a figure that, you know, hey, I'm wearing a jacket. That jacket is a good one. It feels like a jacket. Ralphie comes with his glasses and everything. But NECA's also put out a 20-inch tall leg lamp. Now, I know there's other brands out there and companies that have probably made this. As a matter of fact, in the town I used to live in, everybody looks forward to the leg lamp going up in our one neighbor's window over on East Avenue. So kudos to that. But if you want to get one, you can go purchase one from NECA. And as you can tell, it has been made in Italy because it is fragile. Up next from NECA, we can't talk about Christmas without talking Nightmare Before Christmas. This 4-pack is available on NECA right now. It's $140. Again, the figures are absolutely stunning. You can buy and piece these out. If you haven't been following along here, or just brand new, don't forget, I also did a review on Jack Skellington's from the Super 7 Ultimate line last year, which you can go back and check out here on the Nerd Initiative YouTube channel. I think this is great. if you really, really want to get in on these are great figures to put out any time of year. If you're a huge Nightmare fan, if Christmas, doesn't end for you at the end of the, after the holiday season, leave them out all year. I've got my Jack out all year. I've got my Jack Pops up here. I've got like, do I have one of my Jack Pops? Wait, I got them right here. And trust me, we're going to talk about Pops shortly. So there's all these great figures, and these are really, really beautiful. NECA makes good, solid figures. I would be interested because I've had several Jack Skellington figures. The Super 7 one, really nicely made, comes with its own stand. I had another brand from China that I do not like at all that kept falling apart. So I paid for what I got out of it, but I really would like to see what NECA has done with these figures. Then, of course, we got to talk about all those other fantastic Christmas movies. Gremlins comes with their two packs that have some of the caroling Gremlins, which I like. One comes with a full gingerbread. One has another one that has the head bit off. Two different types of candy canes. One's the candy filled. One's an actual candy cane. Choir books. Can't go wrong. You've got Spike dressed up as Santa with a little gizmo that actually fits in the bag so you can carry him on his back. I think that's fantastic. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Chevy Chase done up in two different ways. We're going to talk about that in just a second there, Megan. Elf is amazing. Sure. That's much as I like to say about that. I don't like Will Ferrell. If you guys don't know by now, I don't like Will Ferrell. National Lampoons. I think that, again, this is a missed opportunity. It would be nice, and I guess you could do this at home if you have your own LEDs, to have him. How dare ye? It's my own show. I'll say what I want. Where? Do I have to put the ticker up? It's been a while since I put the ticker up. Hold on, let's put the ticker up. Where's the ticker? Again. It's been a while since we had that. We'll just put that back on up there. Anyhow. National Lampoons, I think it would be great if you had some LEDs for him to hold, like he's putting it together. It's just a missed opportunity. I think that doing Clark Griswold, again, saving the Moose Cup again, for both of them. Let's have a little bit of a change up. I get it. You're saving money. These are all at about $35 price point, so you can't go wrong with it. And then there's Buddy, the elf from Elf. I'm sorry. I am not a fan of Will Ferrell. Again, I can put the ticker up just to remind you. But this figure, if you really zoom in, has really big like Burger King vibes, like the Burger King, the King vibes, because he's got those creepy dead eyes. So I don't know if it's a mold problem or whoever made it, but no. On top of it, it's still a Will Ferrell movie. I've never seen the film in my life, so I have no frame of reference. I will say, as this is, I like the fact that you have the spaghetti in the bag. Kudos to them for making that. It is a completely clear plastic. I don't know if the bag jiggles or whatnot, or if it's a solid piece, but I like when you can get that detail of having something in something and be able to show. I do not sit on a throne of lies. I sit on a throne of I don't like it. Megan is calling me out tonight, folks. Sorry. No. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. Here. I'll fix mine. There you go. Oh, yay, Christmas. There you go. It's not looking, and a red one just for good cause. I'll stick with my cocoa, which might have a little bit more than cocoa. Anyhow, since we're talking about NECA and we've mentioned the Funkos, let's talk about everything from the Fantastic Factory of Funko. Now, folks, they're going to have a lot of repeats that we've talked about already. But again, if you're looking for any other particular figures or whatnot, or holiday movie recommendations, again, you can go and check our wonderful holiday movie recommendation list on nerdnish.com, done by the whole entire team. So let's talk about that fantastic plastic from Funko. Again, we've got Christmas Story. You've got Ralphie in the bunny costume, which I'm really surprised NECA or other companies really haven't done. So I think this is your safe bet. You've got the old man with the leg lamp. You also have Sheriff Ralphie, and then also they did the collaboration with Funko and Pez. So if you need a stocking stuffer for your movie buff, there you go. Throw it right on in. Oh my crap! No, no. The only saving grace of that movie is James Caan. No. Anyhow, back to Christmas Story. No. But again, Christmas Story, it's an iconic movie. I know they made 2 other sequels and we've got no real merchandise that's come off of that, and that's fine. But yeah, there's just some great stuff going on out there with Funkos. Again, we're keeping in the holiday movie theme. So, of course, we have not one, but 2 different Grinches. We have How the Grinch Stole Christmas and then The Grinch. If you take a look here, you'll see that they're 2 very distinct, unique designs. You have more the Jim Carrey style, which, again, I have never seen that movie. Why? Because the original one with Chuck Jones was perfect. I don't need to see the other one. Okay. The newer one, cool, whatever. It is what it is. It is someone's Grinch movie. That's fantastic. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna be old today. Okay, so get off my lawn. Get off my. Leave me alone. Rawr. Fix my camera there. It's cold down here in my office. I'm gonna do a little more hot chocolate. I really shouldn't be chewing marshmallows while doing this. It's true. I've never seen the live action one. I've had no need or want to see it. There was even a time where I didn't like Jim Carrey. I thought he peaked at Truman Show and Endless Mind, Endless Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I think he peaked right there. I didn't need to see anything else. So don't hate. But yeah, I like the fact that we have the Grinch in the bag. There was a Chase variant also done of the original Grinch. On top of that, there was a holiday version as well. Okay. Thumbs up. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I did eventually watch another Will Ferrell movie, and I'll always recommend it, Eurovision, the story of Fire Saga. But it also took me 20 years to finally say, Anyhow, we're talking Grinch. You're making my heart grow three sizes smaller right now, down on me like this. Exactly. Not everything has to be live action. Thank you, Daniel. Now, throwing it back 60 years ago, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Again, all these fantastic pops are out there. You got Hermie, the Abominable Snowman, Yukon Cornelius, Santa. Also in the corner there, you'll see I put their mystery minis up there. You can't really see it all that well. Let me see if I can make this a wee bit bigger. Underneath there, you can see that there are the pull ratios on there. You can't go wrong with this. I love the fact that when you do try to find these online or whatnot, and you can get the information like, oh, it's 3 and 30, 1 and 20, 1 and 32. So when you do pull that really big special one, it is pretty freaking cool. So I've done this once or twice. I'm like a professional. Tom's about to be like, I've never seen it. No, I've seen this one plenty of times. And also on top of it, Heat Miser, Freeze Meister, Cold Miser. There are figures also again from the Rankin Bass movies, like A Year Without Santa. They're all out there. They look great. Rudolph has had some fantastic figures. There's a flocked version, a flying version, a gingerbread version, a classic Nutcracker style character. There's tons of them out there that you can pick up. And then we're talking Nightmare Before Christmas. This is just a single year smattering of what Funko has done. I tried like hell to count all the figures, the Funko figures that they have put out over the years. Okay. Like I've got the diamond version, Harlequin. I've got Snowman Jack. I have a Funko bigger Snowman Jack up on my mantle right now, which I didn't bring down. There are so many figures. They've done Halloween versions. They've done summer versions. They've done all kinds of stuff. And when it comes to Funkos, if you're not a movie buff, what we do in our house, just to show you, so I can show off for a second, I have the Disney characters. We switch them out. I have the Halloweens, I've got the Easters, I've got Christmas, I've got generic. And then just for fun, as a throwback to our one other episode, I even have a holiday Care Bear. It's so cute. I love it. And look at the tummy mark. It's a Christmas tree. I don't know if this holiday Care Bear has a name, but I will name it Mistletoe. You have been dubbed Mistletoe. So Funko's got so many. Where are my California Raisins Christmas special figs? I didn't do them because I couldn't find them. If Funko made them, let me know. I'll do a follow up. I'll do a quick reel or something. But again, I was keeping with NECA and Funko, but there are other great pieces that you can get out there. Particularly if you want things around your house, I would definitely recommend going with the holiday Hallmark keepsake ornaments. I am not going to rehash what they have because we've already talked about all these movies right behind us. So Hallmark keepsake, you got to think about it. I've kind of just beaten the dead horse because it's licensing that is really what holds a lot of people up when it comes to this. Other things that I've found while I was doing this are, of course, the Red Ryder BB gun that you can get online. You can purchase it from daisy.com. That is the official Red Ryder BB gun that work. Just be careful or you'll shoot your eye out. Let's see. Did the California Raisins? See, I'm going to look this up right now. I have been called out. Yes. So yes, there are the vintage California Raisins figures from way the heck back when, from 1988 even. These are, they're cute. They're adorable. They're just like right out of the special. You can't go wrong with it. And then, before we get done, and I know how this goes one way or another, I want to talk about probably one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time, hands down. And look, Santa even agrees with me on this one. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I did find Pops. NECA has done figures. Some of the NECA figures were some of their earlier stuff, like on blister cards and everything. The resale on them is ridiculous. If you do happen to have a Die Hard fan, or if you want to, get a good prank gift, you can find these Funkos pretty much all over. It is. It is a Christmas movie. See, we might not agree on Will Ferrell, being a decent actor, but Die Hard is a Christmas movie. The fact he got, 2 Hans Grubers. There are 2 McLean's. There was a Walmart exclusive when he had the Dirty Dark Tea. That one's a little harder to find because it wasn't exclusive, so resale on that. But yeah, there's a lot of great figures out there for everybody to go and get. Okay, if you say so, Daniel. He says that Lethal Weapon is a better Christmas movie. But it might be considered a Christmas movie in some circles, but I think that the years and years of Die Hard really just going around of people arguing, is it a Christmas movie? Isn't it a Christmas movie? That's what really keeps everybody going and keeps it running and running. Aside from that, folks, there are so many great pieces out there. If there's something we missed, let me know. I try to keep everything as short and condensed as possible. A lot of these figures you can purchase on BigBadToyStore.com, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. If you have a movie buff in, your family, or if you're looking for a new one, again, we have a fantastic, and this is the third time because shameless plugs, a fantastically curated list of holiday movie recommendations on nerdnish.com. You can also check out all of our fantastic toy reviews. We have talked to, Jack Skellington. we've had a Santa, we've had, Krampus, all kinds of stuff. There's so many other great figures out there. And you know what we're going to be talking about next week? That's right. Next week, we're going to be talking about the special Nerd Initiative Holiday Stocking Stuffer special, where the whole bullpen is going to come together and tell you what figures they want for Christmas. Because we just want to put it out there on the internet to let Santa know what we want ourselves. Aside from that, it's always a pleasure having you guys here. And make sure, before we sign off, that you hit that subscribe button, ding the thing and make it ring, because every time a notification bell rings, an angel gets its wings. And then smack that thumbs up to let Michael, the GEO, know that we're doing our job and we're doing it well. As always, folks, my name's Off the Cuff Tom. It is a pleasure having you on here. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and make sure that when you play for keeps. I'm out.